All right, we're live.
Hello, people, if you're listening.
Who's listening? How many people do we have in?
Zero.
Hurry
up, people.
I know, right?
We ain't got all day.
I know, right?
It's night here and day in you where you are.
Literally. Let me go. Let me start sharing this shit. Hold up. So, while for people to come in, we're gonna start sharing this link out to people.
If you're just joining, I can see there's a couple of people already just coming. We're just waiting for some more to join. I'm Delboy from Movie Mash. This is Davey from the 80s. And check out his channel if you haven't already. And if you haven't, what the hell you been doing? We're just setting up. We're talking about Mortal Kombat today, the history of the games and the films and stuff, and the new trailer coming out.
If you guys do us a favor, guys, if you have anybody in the movie mash group, go ahead and tag them who you feel like will be interested in this topic. Go ahead and tag some people, share this, help us get some more people involved in here.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good chat tonight for people who care about this thing. And I'm just looking at my face. All right.
All right, I'll put this on mine. Hold on, let me go add this to a couple other groups. Where's my groups? Oh, duh, I can share it in your YouTube group. Your YouTube, UBTube?
UBTube?
Yeah, you forgot about that, didn't you?
I mean, really, it doesn't really go anywhere. I mean, you're admin in that. I'll leave you in charge. But yeah, I mean, talking about Mortal Kombat, I mean, anyone leave a comment. Do you like Mortal Kombat? Get your friends to join in. We're just waiting for a few more people to join in now.
How many we got so far?
Sorry?
How many do we have so far?
5 people.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, those 5 people invite 5 people. Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Come on, spread the love.
How many people we got? Do we got anybody on YouTube or not? Not yet.
I can't. No.
Not yet. Let's see. Wait, let me check.
YouTube, so, anyone there, comment, tell us something that we don't know about Mortal Kombat. Are you looking forward to the new film that's coming? Did you see the trailer? What do you think? And why can't I share? There you go.
Let's see.
Admin love to. They want to check your thing before they carry on.
They want to what?
Admin in all these groups.
Oh,
they want to.
Oh, they want to like verify the post or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, the couple of groups I dumped in don't have that, so hopefully.
I don't really do that. I suppose I should. It's stop help, but it's like I don't want to be reading everyone's post and everyone's. Do you know what I mean?
No, I got you.
I mean, do you know how many posts go on Movie Mash per minute? It's a lot, and you know what? Do you know? I don't know if you know, but when you're posting something, and it could take 2 days before it's released. It's like, what's the
dude? Oh my god, there's been groups where I drop stuff and then it gets like I do my Monster Monday thing sometimes, and freaking like my thing will get like accepted way like down the line, and I'm just like, what? Like days later, and I'm like, dude, it's Monster Monday, not freaking Monster Thursdays.
Well,
hold up, I'm just dumping this link real quick. Hold up.
Well, anyway, I was just saying is there's people there looking. Who's this? Jesse. Did anyone see the animated movie? Now, this is your thing.
Which one?
Released last year. The animated movie. I haven't actually.
The one that came out last year?
Yes, we said, yeah, I haven't.
Oh yeah, that one's tight. I like it's funny because Mortal Kombat has a few animated films, and I'm going to talk a little bit about those too. So I'll talk about it when we cross that bridge. But that is a good question. We will definitely be discussing that. Why is this not? Oh my god, I hate when it does this. Okay, there we go.
All right. Well.
Hold up.
It's about Scorpion.
Who's the best Scorpion?
The animated series. It was the one about Scorpion.
Oh yeah, dude, that one was tight. That's the one that has Jax in all of Mortal Kombat has now apparently has 3 reasons why he lost his arms. The one in the Scorpion one is Goro rips that shit off. Originally Ermac does it, and then this one Sub-Zero takes his arms, which I think is pretty cool. Like, cause I mean, technically, it doesn't make sense for Ermac to be the one to take his arms because Ermac.
Well, I know is in the original. I'm sure it was Reptile had something to do with it in the '90s story rather than movies. That's what I remember, but it's a long time ago. Yeah, and obviously you see on the new trailer it's Sub-Zero, you know. Yeah. But we're just getting a few more people in. Bear with us.
Yeah, we're just inviting people. Don't worry. Why you guys can be invited?
Jesse, too. Since you're on, what do you think of the new trailer? What do you think? Did you see it? Did you like it? Are you excited? Just getting a few people ready.
Yeah, we're just tagging people right now.
Yeah.
Just give us a second. I maybe got like 5 more until Facebook tells me stop this. That's what usually Facebook does. He goes like, stop it. Lord, this thing is going so slow. Stop this. I'll just do 2 more and then we'll go.
Yeah, I think he thinks it looks sick. Just hope they don't mess it up and focus too much on Joe Nobody. Yeah,
they are gonna focus on it. But I watched there was a breakdown of the trailer by the director, and I kind of understand his vision now. He has a vision of why he wants it to be a certain way, and I get it now. I completely understand why he's going that route with it. Where's the one in Movie Match? I don't see it. Really, you gonna do this to me right now? Let me see. Because I want to see the comments so we don't like ignore people.
Yeah.
There we go. I found it. Is this it? Okay, here it is right here. All right, cool. All right. Tablet chat. Live chat. All right. How many people are in here now?
5.
5? Okay, cool. You want to just start it off or what's up? Let's see.
Yeah, I'll just start. I've told whoever is coming now. What I was going to say, right. Right, so Mortal Kombat. Like now, some people that know me, I have a hobby of collecting old games, old retro games, all the way back from Atari and stuff like that. But I also know a bit of history about games too. It's just a hobby. I like hearing about it. I'm getting old and I like the old stuff. But the history I know about Mortal Kombat was Street Fighter obviously came out, Street Fighter 2. No one cares about 1, but it came out and it was a big success. So the creators of Mortal Kombat decided, right, let's make something similar. But they wanted to go with Enter the Dragon and Bloodsport type thing with a splash of Big Trouble in Little China. And as you may know, Raiden, it isn't a rumor, it was based on the Electric Guide, 3 bad guys from Big Trouble in Little China. And but they wanted more rights towards Bloodsport, but they couldn't get the rights. And they wanted the rights to Jean-Claude Van Damme, but they couldn't. So Johnny Cage is basically supposed to be Jean-Claude Van Damme. I know. The history I know about Mortal Kombat was more rights towards Blood. I can hear me on your thing. Anyway, so as I say, I think the game came out around 1992, and it was a massive success. And did you know it was the first game that ever had a certificate? But back then, it was too much blood and gore. They had to give it, I think you call it PG-13 over here. Here it's a 12 or something. I was a 15 actually. Yeah. A 15. You had to be 15 years old It was unheard of. Now
it had an M on it for mature.
But what I remember is that what I know is it when it came out on Super Nintendo, there was no blood, none at all. And Sega came along, Sega Master System said, right, we'll do what Nintendo don't. Do you know what I mean? And try to hit the blood, because in the arcades the blood was everywhere. It got
you
obviously
had to do a code in order to get the blood, didn't you?
Sorry, no, that was in the Sega Master System. You had to put in the code.
You had to put in the code.
There was no code for Super Nintendo. That was it. It was just family friendly, and even the fighting was a bit too much. Then what happened was I think, so obviously I was a massive success, and then the film Street Fighter came out with Jean-Claude Van Damme, which was bad. I mean, I don't know if you've seen that. Have you seen it?
No, but I know like Jean-Claude was like coked out of his mind.
Yeah, but the film just made no sense. They just had a normal action films with the names of the characters in it, and a lot of the characters weren't nothing like. I always thought Guile should have been more like Dolph Lundgren. Do you remember Guile on
Society? Yeah, I know what you're talking
about. Yeah, like we had a Belgian man with an American flag on his shoulder, like tattooed. But anyway, as I said, a lot of people don't know because nobody talks about the film. The film did really well. I mean, it was massive. And the only other game we had before that was turned into a film was Super Mario's, which was bad as well. Bob Hoskins.
We should watch that movie and
it's been but so then because of even though they were terrible, they made money. They made serious money.
They're well-known franchises.
The game was huge. Mortal Kombat, the game was huge. So the next thing along was to make Mortal Kombat, the film, And they got this new director. He was young at the time, called W.S. Anderson, who today they still throw money at for some reason because, they just throw money at him. He obviously hasn't learned much. He made Event Horizon. You know the one I'm talking about?
You said what?
He made Event Horizon. Do you remember that horror
movie?
Oh,
the spaceship movie, the one that's like Hellraiser in space.
Yeah, he's considered. That's considered his favorite. It's a cult following now. But we have he made a couple of things, but Mortal Kombat was his first kind of biggish kind of thing. Now, I watched it last night for the first time in years. Now, obviously, back in the 90s when I was a kid, I watched this movie and I thought it was great, at the time. And everyone knows that badass soundtrack. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, that's even now, it's still my ringtone for the last year or so. But as I say, awful movie, yeah. But as I say, like, so with W.S. Anderson, he did his best. I watched it last night, and the film is basically fan service. Yeah. It's actually terribly made, and then there's so many good things about it as well. The editing is bad. The casting is okay. Christopher Lambert was on it as Raiden. I mean,
that was a lot of people gave him. Look, the biggest gripe that a lot of people had was that this movie was supposed to have a lot of characters of Asian descent, and they didn't. So a lot of people were mad that basically Raiden was some white guy. that was a big
thing. But it's not even just the fact that he's a white guy, right? What bothered me is that he tried. There was moments when he was funny, and I never see. I mean, we're reading into it too much, but he was trying to be funny at moments on it, like trying to be gooky and funny. Raiden's kind of more of a.
He's serious.
Yeah, he's like probably the most serious of all of them, apart from Shao Rukh Khan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then there was a couple of times like he'd go, ha, and I'm like, oh Jesus. Apart from that, it felt like maybe they didn't have. He was the biggest star they could get at the time with the money.
I didn't even know he was a star. But, I really considered.
As I was about to say, was he a star in 1995? Because that's when this film came out. Because Highlander was out, it didn't do very well as well, Highlander, and we had Fortress and stuff like that that came out around the same time. I don't know if you've heard about a prison film with can't get away because your neck will explode or something, But
that sounds like Battle Royale.
No.
That sounds like a ripoff of Battle Royale.
This is like, oh my god. But back to thing is, the cast, I can't remember the guy, but the Asian guy who plays Liu Kang, he's really good.
Yeah, he's been in a couple of movies. I've seen him in another movie.
I know. He apparently was in loads of martial arts before this. He actually, I see him. He was on a sequel to Street Fighter, the movie. He played the character. I was like, oh god. Anyway, but he's the only thing I know him from. The guy who played Johnny Cage, I know him only for he was actually on a Resident Evil movie made by W.S. Anderson as well.
Oh.
But the girl Sonya, she played. I know she was on Billy Madison years later. So none of. But what I will say,
basically, the cast are a bunch of like C-D actors, right?
Yeah, but the thing is that they're not the best actors, but they were sufficient. Yeah. Now, what I will say, I noticed all the actors were actually doing their own kung fu. I was paying real attention to it last night, you know, and I was surprised. Like Johnny Cage, he didn't look like he just looked like an actor, but he was throwing them kicks, and it was him. I was like, okay, Liu Kang looked like he can fight.
Yeah,
he looks like he can fight. Johnny Cage, no, but when he was throwing them kicks, and then I'm like, well, okay. Sonya, she was doing her own thing. Yeah. There's a girl. Oh, what's her name?
Katana.
Is it Katana? The only film I ever know
the Liu Kang's love interest was it Liu Kang's love?
Yeah. She was on A View to a Kill with View to a Kill, License to Kill. She was a Bond girl previously, but that's all I know her from. But as I say, like they all did their own stunts. Now, the guy who played, what's his name?
Shang Tsung.
He's brilliant. He's the best.
You will die.
I know.
He's like he was the best part of them. Look. Story time. Low key, the actor that plays Shang Tsung kind of like freaked me out when I was a kid. Like that little nightmare sequence at the beginning when he's like, brother's like, ew! And he's like, you're next. Like secretly, like that kind of like freaked me out.
Yeah, but is it me or did it look like he was nearly dubbed even though he wasn't?
Yeah, I mean, I can see
his mouth moved bigger than the words that were coming out of his mouth, like you know. Yeah. But he was because he's been on loads of movies. Now I don't know his name. I'll have to look it up. But he's been on quite a few, and he's actually quite a decent actor in general.
Dude, he's loved by the Mortal Kombat community so much that they brought him back to voice Shang Tsung in a more recent game.
Really?
Yeah, they love him that much, and they even 3D scanned his face, so he's on the game.
I see him playing a lot of triad. Yeah, what's it? How do you say it? You know, gangster kind of Asian gangster. Yeah, Yakuza. You know, I remember a film called The Rising Sun with Sean Connery and Wesley Snipes. You know about that one? He was good. Yeah, he was on that. I see him playing Mexican ones in a prison, and I was like, I got confused. Yeah, he played the Mexican.
That's funny.
You know, he's a kind of Mexican gangster, and I was like really confused about that. As I said, but again, he's been around for years. One of the saddest films. I don't cry at movies. I mean, it's not that I don't want to. I just even when they're sad. But there's this one movie that had me in tears. I don't want to bring it up because it'll make me cry. No, it's the Titanic. Titanic made me cry an hour and a half in. It was an hour and a half in. I was told there's another hour and a half, and I just burst into tears. But no, what it is about a dog, Hachiko. Well, that's the last thing I saw the actor in. It's don't even. I just know it's too sad. But he's in that. But as I said, he and Liu Kang, they're sufficient. He's a good actor in general. Now, my problem with the film is, as I'm watching it now, rather than a fan watching it, I watched it like a film critic, you could say, as if I wasn't a fan.
Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that.
I know, and it's hard, but I try to watch it like
that you just can't put your critic hat on.
There's films I will love, and people hate, and I'll fight for them, and I will fight for this. But what I was saying, the problems I had is that it was a fan service film. That's all there is to it. They didn't spend much time on the story. I'll give you an example. Now, I'm knocking the film, but I really like it still. Now, they're going to fight in a tournament, like Enter the Dragon, in front of Shang Tsung, right?
Yeah.
So Sonya fights, what's his name?
Kano.
Kano, right? See, you back me up there all the time. Yeah, he fights Kano, right? Then Liu Kang fights. Who did he fight?
Liu Kang fights Sub-Zero.
No, there was another fight previous to that in the arena. He
fought Kitana.
No, he fought some black dude with dreadlocks, and the guy.
Yeah, the nobody. That guy?
But to say, like, he fought him, right? But the problem is that, right, so all right, you're in an arena, it's his turn. Then it cuts to a forest where Johnny Cage is walking through. Okay, he's randomly walking through this forest. Don't know why. I thought he was at the tournament.
And he comes through like this, like
Scorpion just turns up, and I'm like, why?
When he came from behind that tree, that was hilarious. Because it's like this, like you don't see him, and all of a sudden you just see, and then you see, he just comes from behind the tree. You hear that little.
He turns up, and I'm like, okay, why are you in the forest? How come you're not where you are? How is this randomly here? But okay, so obviously there's that bit of a fight when the thing comes out of his hand, and it goes around and.
Oh my god. It's funny because like I thought that was so badass when I was a kid, and then later on in life, I'm like, ooh, it was
good. It was CGI used well in 1995.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because like I thought Reptile looked badass when I was a kid.
Then they went into some I don't know, is it a different realm or into some kind of underground fire pit?
Oh no! You're talking. Oh, okay. So it's because Scorpion has his own stage. So supposedly that's Scorpion taking Johnny Cage into his stage because the fire pit in the Mortal Kombat games was Scorpion's stage. Like even in fatalities, like when you see in later games, like I think it's like MK3 where he transports you to like the underground, the fire pit, and then he drops you off in the fire pit and he just does the little hand thing and then you're burning in the background. That's Scorpion's stage.
I know what you mean now. Yeah. What I was going to say is that right? So it's quite cool. The fight sequences for its day was pretty decent. I mean, it's practical, them fighting there. It's actually the actual actors. But when he beat, spoilers, Scorpion, was that part of the tournament when he pulled off the
you never seen Scorpion's fatality? Huh? You don't remember Scorpion taking off his mask for the fire breath?
He did that. But the thing was was that part of the tournament, or was he just randomly meeting? Because he just met him in the forest.
I think that they randomly have like it's just like okay. I think the tournament you just randomly get challenge places. So maybe he was just walking in the forest, he got challenged. Just like when Liu Kang's walking in the place and then he randomly runs across Sub-Zero. And then they fight. Like it's just I think this tournament just happens just like kind of just like that. Because even in the Mortal Kombat, the animated one that your friend was mentioning, they're just traveling and all of a sudden they just break out into random fights, like because they're attacked by somebody, so it just randomly breaks out into a tournament of Mortal Kombat. So I think that's the idea. Like your matchup can be anytime, like just randomly. But low key, I remember when Johnny Cage cut open freaking Scorpion, and then he had the little "I'm melting" voice. Oh my god, dude, that was hilarious. Like I didn't expect Scorpion to sound like that. How do you go from over here?
It's probably for comedy reasons, and you know what? It's not terrible.
I don't think they were trying to be funny. You
thought that was for real? Because I mean,
I think they were trying to be serious.
It's hard to know with that film. Do you know, like when he goes, "Get over here," and then come in, he jumps up on some kind of scaffold and he kicks him down. And he goes, "Get down here," and I was like, I don't remember him ever saying that. Do you know what I mean? I was like,
that was just I think that was just them just trying to be like, you know, funny. That was probably comedic purpose. Get down here. It's just like in Mortal Kombat Annihilation where he calls them suckers. I don't know if you remember that. He was like suckers, and he just like
See, I started watching that last night, but just before we go into that, I just wanted to say, so the set pieces were good. A lot of it did feel like the green screen was bad, and sometimes, like, remember Reptile?
Reptile looked bad.
That was overuse of CGI. It just was well out of place. So the visuals in general are good. Like Goro, he was animatronic, part CGI. They said his lips were a bit CGI. when he's
Really,
talking.
I didn't know his lips were seeing.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. So his lips were in sync, like, but it wasn't bad.
That's not bad at all because I didn't even know this.
No, but Goro, I mean, I suppose you could look back and go, "Oh, it looks silly," but no, it was practical effects. At
Dude,
least it looked good.
that's like okay. A lot of people rag on that Goro, but for a practical set piece, like that was pretty solid. Like he looked pretty good. Like he looked menacing. Like it looked legit. Like if you were walking somewhere and something, I can imagine something looking like that approaching me versus like a CGI character. A CGI character, I always know that it's fake, but like a practical effect, Goro just doom, doom, doom. Even though he's hunky and heavy and just like like has no like organization skills, still like I can see that approaching me in person versus a CGI one, but
if you saw Reptile for real, you think someone slipped you some LSD. Do you know what I mean? It's like
that thing looked bad.
But
what was
the wire work was good.
Who?
That was like the first time I ever noticed wire work back in the day. When Reptile became actual Reptile. Do you remember
when he got inside the thing and he was like,
and the fight was probably the best fight in the whole film. Him fighting Reptile, it was pretty good. A little bit dark, but it was good.
What was the best fight in that movie? I think Reptile versus Liu Kang. Reptile versus Liu Kang. I think me personally, I think all the ninja fights are the best fights in that movie.
I think all the fights are pretty decent, to be honest, because they did their own work. But I think that was the best one.
No, I mean like if I had like the top fights in Mortal Kombat 1 in the movie, it's Reptile, Liu Kang versus Reptile, Scorpion, and then Liu Kang versus Sub-Zero. Only because that little ice attack that he did was pretty smart. When he threw the little water and it turned into a spear and it hit him, I thought that was pretty clever.
Well, again, and Liu Kang died of a drug overdose in real life. The actor.
Oh, the actor's dead. I didn't know the actor was dead.
Yeah, well, not long after the film, as far as I know. Cocaine,
Really?
As what's his name? Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Was Dave Chappelle?
Rick James.
No, Rick James. Yeah, but as I say, so none of them really did much after this, and I do think they had potential. They were good at fighting. As I said, but I feel the film is a fan service. It is incoherent with the editing. It just jumps from one to the other, walking in a forest randomly. He has to fight Sonya. Sonya win. When he fights Goro, and he kicks him off the cliff.
Oh, that looks so bad.
But then it just jumps to him. He's got Sonya by the neck, the throat, around his arm around her, Shang Tsung. And he's like, "That's it. I'm taking it." I'm like, "Whoa!" There was loads of people there watching you fighting Goro. Yeah, and now all of a sudden they're not there, and you're just dragging Sonya off into the other world, El's world. Do you know?
Yeah, wasn't everybody following Johnny Cage and Goro as they went outside? Because they went outside.
Well, he climbed up. They're all there. He climbed up and went through a hole and kicked them out. Went back in, and all he sees, and I'm like, that just went boom straight into when did he get her? How did he get her?
What? Yeah, but I'm saying they went out of the ring, didn't they?
They went up a bit of a block that was up behind the ring while everyone was looking up, and they went through. So they were just there. And then when what's his name? Raiden turns up and tries to say something funny. I'm like, no, Raiden, no, this is not for you. And then they jump to is it the Elf world?
Outworld.
Outworld.
He said, did you say Elf world?
Else world.
No, Outworld.
When they went to Outworld, Sonya, when Liu Kang and Johnny Cage, Sonya was there dressed up. Her hair's all done. She's wearing a miniskirt. She's tied up. I'm like, Shang Tsung, he was busy in between all that. He just went up and got her hair done.
That reminded me of Princess Leia when she gets captured.
I know, but at least there was time where they dressed her up because they wanted her to look like his woman. But Shang Tsung, he really dressed her up, you know what I mean? I was like, okay. She hates Johnny Cage throughout the whole film. She's not nice to say to him about him. And
but that's how they are. That's how they are throughout the whole series, like the game.
But they only know each other for 5 minutes, and then she's my friends will get. Look, I'm bitching. Apart from that, the sets are great. The CGI was overused. I think the visuals are good. The acting's all right. The action fighting is pretty decent. The score, the music, the soundtrack is just. I mean, I still have it on my ringtone. But apart from that, it's now. I just want to say, W.S. Anderson.
as a director, I feel he never really improved. I mean, have you seen any of the Resident Evil movies? And there again,
yeah. Which one? You're talking about the one with the? You talking about the American ones, right?
yeah, Resident Evil movies with Millie Jovovich.
Yeah, her. Yeah.
Those films he made, and they're incoherent, makes no sense.
He was a director on Alien versus Predator.
Yes, and that's another one that makes no sense. They just throw money at this guy.
They gave him Dead or Alive. He made that. Whoa. He made. He made.
Did you know that Resident Evil made the highest grossing horror films ever made? Did you know that series?
I believe it because even though they're bad, people still
they're
watch.
Inconsistent. I want to do something on that one day.
He did Monster Hunter. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
As I say, I mean, his visuals are good, and there's a story in there. I think the film could be turned into two, and it was turned into two parts. But the first film, kind of get to know the characters a bit more, so you care about them. Get to know the story without them bursting over it. I'm going way too much into this. I still love it. I loved it as a kid. I love the soundtrack. The fighting's decent.
Yeah, you're busting this movie's balls.
I know. But I don't want it. That's the first one.
It's not okay. Look, so in regards to Mortal Kombat, the first movie, you cannot go into it with a critic's hat on. There's just certain movies that you just can't do it. Like I don't watch 80s horror movies and put a critic hat on because I know I'm about to watch something really stupid.
I had to try and watch it without my own nostalgic thing. I thought, right, I need to watch this.
I get it, but that's what makes it what it is. Like it was the first of its kind. Like that was, to me, that was the first attempt at a video game adaptation that actually was trying to source them.
No, it was because all the rest of them they were incoherent. They didn't make no sense. Like as I said, Street Fighter had made no sense. They just had characters that had the same names. Super Mario, but this they did try to.
Yeah, they did a really good job at trying.
And some people will say to this day it could be one of the best game to movie adaptations. Do you know? Some people will argue it is, and in some ways it can be because. I mean, I will say that.
I would have to think about that. I would have to think about that.
I know it's hard.
I wouldn't give it the
crown. I don't know.
Personally, as of right now, there is no movie to me that is 100% like a great video game adaptation. There's nothing. So that's why we're hanging our hat on this Mortal Kombat film because we think that it's going to be able to break that curse. Because there's a curse. There's not too many movies that actually did.
I don't know why it is a curse because just follow the fucking story, you know?
Yeah, but then it's just sometimes like it's not that easy. Like, all right, I'll give you like Sonic. Sonic was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
I haven't seen it.
I thought Sonic was going to be so garbage, bro. You have no idea. Yeah. But it was actually a lot better than I thought. So sometimes it's just like you just got to give the shit a chance. But video game movies, there isn't something where I'm like, there's definitively like this was the greatest like cinema. Like there's movies, okay? Like there's movies, things that you eat popcorn and watch and just enjoy. And then there's actual film, like something that's good from beginning to end. We haven't got something that's is a film, like good storytelling, good character development, good character designs, and all of that good stuff. We don't have that yet. We just have like popcorn flicks, like Mortal Kombat, popcorn flicks like Resident Evil. Like those are fun. They're good movies, but as far as like as a good film, it's not. But in regards to Mortal Kombat 1, it was, dude, I remember I begged my sister to take me to go see this movie, and she took me to Santa Monica to go watch it. And we went, and it was the freaking best time I had in my life. I remember when I bought this movie, my aunt bought this movie for me on VHS. I used to get so hyped up watching it. Like me and my brother would act like we were playing the video game while watching the movie. We would act like we plugged the freaking controller into the TV, and we would act like we were playing the game while we're watching the movie. And we would pick characters. Who you got? Oh, I got him. Okay, I got him. Even though we knew who the hell was going to lose because we've seen the movie a million times. But that didn't matter. We were just having fun.
There's no blood in it. Did you know there's literally no blood in it?
Yeah, I know. The closest thing that you get to blood is freaking Scorpion's lava blood or lava ooze or whatever the hell that's supposed to be.
Yeah. But you know, they had to get the younger audience in. Someone said Sonic the Hedgehog was good, as you said. I haven't seen it yet. I should.
It's good. It's
Evil reboot. I heard that's a Netflix thing coming. Yeah, I'll look forward to seeing that.
Sonic is pleasantly surprising. Like people give it a lot of crap.
Yeah, I heard that. It's all right.
Sonic is pleasantly surprising. What's going on, Thomas? Daryl Brown, shout outs to you. Thanks for watching. Hey, share the video. Try to get some more people involved in this discussion. But yeah, as far as the 90, see, but here's the thing: before the 95 Mortal Kombat came out, dude, there was something else. There was called Mortal Kombat: The Journey Begins, and it was an animated film, like VHS, that I guess was like supposed to introduce you to
before the film.
You said what?
Before the movie, the 1990.
I think it came out before the movie. It was a VHS called The Journey Begins, and in it was like an animated fight, like it was like an animated story, but then it broke out randomly into these CGI fights in the 90s. So there's a CGI fight with Scorpion and Sub-Zero fighting each other. It's the most randomest thing ever. And then there's a CGI fight with Kung Lao and Goro, randomest shit ever. And it's like, now that I'm looking back at it, like I re-looked at the clips on YouTube, it looks fucking awful. But when I saw it for the first time, I was like blown away because I was like, yo, look, it's 3D. Look at it. It's amazing. It's awesome. I've never seen these characters look like this. But like now I'm like, ugh, like that looks like it was done by like a preschooler trying to learn basic coding. Yeah. But like but that was back then, it had that. And I don't know if this was before Annihilation or after it, but you had the Mortal Kombat animated series, Defenders of Earthrealm.
I think it's after that, Annihilation.
But that shit was dope, bro. I remember watching that on the USA channel. Dude, that show was fun. Like it had all the ninjas, it had freaking the robots, the cybernetic ninjas, and all that. It was dope. I enjoyed that a lot. I remember having so much fun watching that show.
Julian says it was a weak ass trailer.
What? Really? Weak ass trailer. Get out of here, bro.
I just want to say someone said that they thought the new Scorpion suit looked awful.
Weak ass trailer. I think I know that guy. That guy, you just trolling, homie. You know damn well that trailer was tight. Get out of here. You're the only person in America that says that.
Who said the new suit looks awful? The name is not coming up on mine as usual.
Okay, that is Ryan O'Sullivan. The new the new Scorpion suit looks awful, but still he looks awful. Oh, awesome. He corrected himself.
No, I know what you're saying, because what it is I noticed it's kind of a silver mask rather than, it kind of had a lot of black and silver rather than traditional yellow sort of thing. I noticed that myself.
It's because you want to know why they did that? There's a reason why. I was watching the trailer breakdown, and the design for Scorpion's costume was supposed to be samurai inspired, and it was supposed to be a nod to the Japanese heritage, which the main actor that's playing Scorpion, he's Japanese. So the design of it was supposed to be a head nod to the Japanese culture and the samurai culture. That's why it looks the way that it looks.
Okay. Well, Ryan O'Sullivan, get out of my house, because he's in my next room. That's my son, by the way.
Yeah, I figured. I remember. I mean,
apparently he's my son. I'm not sure, you know what I'm saying, but he keeps telling me he is. But anyway, but what do you reckon?
To say this, he wants me to say suckers. He wants me to say it. I don't know why. It's just funny.
Suckers.
Yeah.
I'll try my American accent. We'll say it suckers over here.
Suckers. It sounds like French. Sacre bleu.
But Annihilation, right? So I watched one last night. Jumped straight into two. Now I don't want to sound bad, but the guy who plays Raiden in the second one, to me, is a lot better.
Isn't it the same guy but with a buzz cut?
No, Christopher Lambert.
Oh yeah, somebody different. Yeah.
Now, this guy is in a lot of films. I know a lot of people know him from Tales of the Dark Side, if you've seen that or whatever. But I do know this little trivia about the guy. He was originally cast as Hicks in Aliens, but had a drug problem, and they kicked him out. And
he looks like he has a drug problem.
But I think he's a lot better. He takes a more serious approach. He's fighting was all right. I liked him more. It's not that I didn't like Christopher Lambert. It's just I didn't see the point. This guy, he was more active in the film. He did a better job. I noticed, I think it was only Liu Kang was the only actor who returned, the actor. I mean, Sonya's different.
They couldn't pay them enough to come back. They're like, I can't do it.
How much? But I mean, Johnny Cage was different. It looks like him though.
But he dies, so it doesn't matter.
The guy who plays what's the bad guy's name?
Shao Kahn.
Right.
Come on, man. You just watched it.
I know all the history about it and all that
years.
The actor.
Years. And you're
is just a legend. He's on all these. He's always playing a bad guy. I know him. He was on Cobra with Stallone.
He looks like a fake ass Vin Diesel. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but as I say, he's over the top. But that's what you need on this. This film felt. I don't want to say it. It felt like some kind of 80s porn movie. All the actors, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. They're all like. They look like they was just shipped off a porn movie. Where look, just say these lines. The way the acting was just really bad. Shao Kahn was over the top.
Dude, them animalities were garbage, bro. Oh my god!
But this was a straight to DVD. Was it straight to DVD?
Dude, that came out in movie theaters.
This one came out, really? I don't remember. I remember it just being out.
I remember seeing it. That shit came out in movie theaters. I was hyped as shit because I was like, "Yo, Mortal Kombat 1 got a sequel. That's what's up." And then I saw Rain and I saw Ermac, and I'm like, I'm in. Like, I think I saw a noob in the trailer. I was sold, and I was like, hell yeah, dude. I got all the ninjas that I want. And then freaking Rain dies without seeing any action. My man gets hit into a fire pit, and then Noob and Ermac are just like lackluster. So it was kind of whack, bro. I wasn't digging it.
There was a Mortal Kombat versus DC.
Hell, you know what's funny? Somebody said this, and I thought it would be so funny. They were like, "What about if at the end of the movie, the T-1000 just walks in at the end of the movie, like, you know?" And I was like, okay, that'll be kind of crazy. I mean, or like RoboCop pulls up in his car or some shit.
It would be, but I don't think there's any connection with them at all.
It's not. It's just that these characters are they've been featuring a lot of. Okay, so there was Mortal Kombat.
I think Rambo's on one of them now. Is that Rambo is on?
They put. And
Rambo, Freddy Krueger was in one of them as
Rambo,
well.
Freddy, Alien, Predator, Leatherface, Jason, Joker. RoboCop's in it. Terminator, I think I said it. I'm not sure. Who else? They have a bunch of people that they added DLC to these games. I mean, it's interesting. Don't get me wrong. Oh, Spawn finally made it. Who else? I think that's about it.
Well, I don't know if you know, but there was a DC versus Mortal Kombat game in
with no blood.
I can't remember, but I remember really liking it. I remember really getting good at this. I was like, weeks, yeah, I'm really good. I'm always Superman. But as I said, I went online to go, right, I'm ready. Fuck no.
Ryan asked a really good question.
I was like, right, I'm ready. I'm going online now. Let's do this. Yeah, I got all the moves down. Boom, no chance.
Ryan said, will we get Smoke in the new movie? If you watch the trailer, Smoke is in the trailer.
Is he?
If you watch the trailer, Smoke is in the trailer.
Okay.
At least that's who I think it was, because it wouldn't make it. Okay, Scorpion when he appears, it's usually like flames and stuff. So this ninja walks out and it's in like some smoky looking atmosphere. And also, Smoke is a part of the Lin Kuei, which is the rival clan to Scorpion's clan. So it makes sense, right? Because if everything pans out the way that it does, and this movie does good, we are definitely getting cybernetic ninjas in the next movie. Now, you said what?
Yeah. Will they go? Do you reckon they'll do that? Do you reckon they'll concentrate on those characters?
Look, basing the trailer off of what we know in Mortal Kombat, so far it seems like it's a hybrid between Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. Now, if Cabal's really in this trailer, which I haven't seen, but people keep swearing up and down that they've seen Cabal in this trailer, then that means that we're going to get some characters maybe from Mortal Kombat 3. So if that's the case, that means that cybernetic ninjas might be around the corner. But what you would need in order for that to happen is the first Sub-Zero has to die, and then he has to become Noob Saibot. The second Sub-Zero has to come take the throne, take the mantle as Sub-Zero. Then you would have to have the cybernetic program of the Lin Kuei become activated, and then That's about it. So it's one of two things. Sub-Zero 1, because it depends on what storyline they go with. Because Mortal Kombat has been retconned a lot in the game because there's been like time manipulation in the game. So in one storyline, the original Sub-Zero becomes Noob Saibot, which that's really what happens. I think Quan Chi gives him, I don't know, something happens. Quan Chi ends up making him Noob Saibot. And then in another universe, he becomes Cybernetic Ninja Sub-Zero. So he becomes the blue robot.
This is where it goes over my head now because I'm not up to date with the MK4, you know, like PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3-ish, 4. After that, I've lost. I'm only kind of up to the 90s-ish with it, you know.
Juan says, get back in the car. I don't know why he said it. It's hilarious. Imagine, that'll be hilarious. Scorpion arguing with his wife. Get back in the car.
She's trying to get away. Get over here. Do you know what I mean?
Right?
Yeah. SJW won't be happy about that. But what I was going to say was, what did you think of, just quickly, what did you think of Sub-Zero in the first movie? I thought he was good.
Dude, Sub-Zero.
A little bit you saw him, but that was pretty good.
Sub-Zero and Scorpion had the best introductions in that film. Like they're on the boat, and all of a sudden that door swings open, and they just come walking out, and you see like the cold mist and everything, and then the mask starts to freeze over. It's tight, bro. Like that was like one of the dopest introductions I've ever seen.
The CGI was good on it, and when he was creating the ice balls and it was it was pretty. Wasn't a lot. Just quickly, who's your favorite character?
It's a toss up between. All right, look. So back in the day, I used to be a huge. Mostly I rock with Scorpion or Sub-Zero. I can use any of the ninjas, but I'm a Scorpion and Sub-Zero fan. But low key, when he was a ninja, Reptile was it. I used to throw that acid spit at people and slide and trip them and all that good stuff.
Right, my favorite is Raiden, and my favorite would be Raiden and then Sub-Zero. But on Mortal Kombat 2, the game when Reptile was in it, you could do this move where you can disappear.
Oh yeah, turn invisible.
And I love doing that. You know, they hit you, you come back, but just for a few seconds, you can really do some damage. And I used to get a right kick out of the fact that you could turn invisible. But you need to be quick to put all them codes in, like, you know, to do that shit before you're on the floor, your ass is on the ground, you know. But again, I always liked Raiden throughout.
You liked Raiden? Look, I used to beat with Raiden, all right? So in Mortal Kombat 2, I used to have the hardest time beating Kentaro and shit. So what I would do is I would walk back, and then when he would walk forward, I would do the little that thing that he used to do, the electric
flying move.
Dude,
that was impossible to get out of once you were in momentum with that. It's finished.
The shit out of that move like all the time. I would do all the time, dude. Always. Or like I would do the thing like where you walk back, but I'll be holding the button, and then like when they get close, I'll let it go, and then he grabs you and shocks you.
Yeah.
Like, so I would do that. Like those were it.
Well, I always found in the first one, once you start doing that and you knock him over or whoever you're fighting over, when they're getting up, you're already in process of doing it again and again and again. It's very hard to get out. Now, really, I shouldn't be playing it like that because that was just bad, but I couldn't help it. Then you could disappear and appear behind them.
Yeah, I used to spam the shit out. I used to go from side to side like boom, boom, boom.
That's
boom.
it. It was constant for the whole thing. It was nearly impossible to get away from. Yeah. And probably that's why I liked it.
Mortal Kombat 3, I used to do that. I used to do that with something similar with Cabal and also with Stryker. So Cabal, when you would he had a move where you would run really fast and then you would spin the person around and then you could uppercut him. So I would usually do that, like to disorient him and then hit him up. And then Stryker had this thing where he would like do this Michael Jackson slide and then throw you with this baton. It was the dumbest shit ever, but it worked. But yeah. What were we talking about? We were talking about Annihilation.
Oh, the bicycle kick. Liu Kang, that's right. Do you remember the bicycle kick?
Oh, dude, when he did the bicycle kick in Mortal Kombat 1, I lost my shit. I was like, they did it. They added it in the film, but Yeah, everybody loved the bicycle gang.
It was a fan service movie. As I said, remember we were talking about last night about those trailers or those little mini movies that came out 10 years ago with Michael J. White. Is it Michael J. White?
Oh, you're talking about the Rebirth.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I remember watching them thinking, hold on, what's this?
So look, there was Rebirth, and then that gave the green light to Mortal Kombat Legacy. So Rebirth was like a sales pitch. It was like, hey, this is the idea that we got from Mortal Kombat, and they pitched it, and then people were like hyped about it. So they ended up making Mortal Kombat Legacy, but Mortal Kombat Legacy had nothing to do with the Rebirth plotline pitch. Because honestly, I thought the Rebirth plot pitch was pretty dope. They had the kid with like that leukemia skin disorder who was like a cannibal, and that explained why Reptile was Reptile. And then they had that plastic surgeon dude that like disfigured his face and then like put blades and shit in his arm, and that was explained Baraka. Even though that's kind of stupid, but still I thought it was a pretty good attempt to try to make sense of this shit. So I thought it was pretty dope.
Yeah. Well, then you had the rest of them. I remember I was watching it and I was still kind of new to the internet when that came out. So I thought like this is like clips of an upcoming film like that I waited for ages until it never came out. A lot of part of me thinks this new movie has still a lot to do with those little clips that came out 10 years ago. This talks about this going on for years and years and years, but now it's finally happening. So what do you reckon of the new outlook of the film? What do you reckon? It looks good then?
Yeah, okay. So somebody, I think it was your son, he brought up a really good question. He said, what do you think about the Cole character, right? A lot of people don't like the idea of Cole, and they were like, oh, like it's whatever. But truthfully, once I heard the director's vision, I understood why he picked the character. So what happened is this. He wanted everybody to take that journey with a new character and watch everything get unfolded from a fresh pair of eyes. And I can get that, because if you just start the movie and just base it off of Sonya's already going to have experience with the Mortal Kombat thing and everything like that. So we're going to kind of just get thrown in, like, we're going to get just thrown in the water. But Cole is a brand new character, hasn't experienced anything, doesn't understand the tournament, doesn't understand what he's dealing with. So we're taking this journey with him. So I get that. I understand. I can understand that more than like having somebody like, I don't know, Sonya or Jax or even a Johnny Cage. Now, what I've been hearing a lot is that people have been bitching because Johnny Cage ain't in the movie. Me personally, I don't give a shit. I don't understand why he's so hyped up over freaking.
I know he wasn't. He was just in it. I didn't care about him at all in any of it.
Exactly. Ever. Who cares? Like look, Johnny Cage is in nobody's top 5. I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
I bet he will turn up a cameo. I bet there'll be something or a reference.
He's gonna be either in a sequel or something like that. But the point of the matter is, don't nobody give a fuck about Johnny Cage like that. And I don't know why everybody's acting like Johnny Cage needs to be it. I'd rather have Kano than Johnny Cage, to be honest with you. And that's what we're getting. So, like, Johnny Cage is in nobody's top 5. If you're like, hey, yo, give me your top 5 Mortal Kombat characters off the top of your head right now, nobody's going to say Johnny Cage. They might tell you all the damn ninjas. They might tell you, I don't know, throwing a raid in here or there. But nobody's going to have Johnny 5 in their top 5. I might even be bold enough to say he's not even going to crack people's top 10. So I don't know why people act like Johnny Cage is this beloved character.
He's probably one of the original characters. Do you know Jax? He's another character I never really cared about either. I just didn't care about it.
I don't either, but I know why they added him. They added him to be Sonya's like buddy. That's
fine. I don't mind he's in it. He's a character that I thought was kind of boring. He's got metal arms, a cyborg. Okay, do you know? I just when you're up against Scorpion and stuff like that, and you got like metal arms, it's like okay. But again, like it's just just what I was gonna say before I forget. I think it was Justin. He sent some kind of link or to something, and I was watching about the director and this new movie. And what I liked about this director is he seems to be a fan of Mortal Kombat, and like other directors, like I'll say some I know more about Superman. When directors were making Superman, they were saying we didn't know the comics and we don't know the characters. We only know from the previous film, and we're just following the script and showing us our version of what we think Superman should be. And I'm like, yeah, but this guy, he seems to like trying to stay faithful as much as he can to the characters, and I think that's a really, really, really good thing for a change. It's refreshing, actually. You know, I mean, I don't know for sure. It's just he was explaining. Remember, I was saying about Scorpion. I think it was Scorpion was the original person who done that to Jax. He was explaining why. He was explaining why now it's Sub-Zero.
No, it was Ermac.
Was it? I can't remember, but
Ermac
seems to be a fan.
Powers, and he ripped Jax's arms off. Now, I don't know. Me personally, it doesn't really make sense because I know Ermac ripped Jax's arms off in the continuity of the newer games. Now, in regards to the older games, I'm not really sure because in Mortal Kombat 3, Ermac wasn't in Mortal Kombat 3. He was in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, but he wasn't in Mortal Kombat 3, so I don't understand. And then Mortal Kombat 3 is when Jax got the cybernetic arms, because in Mortal Kombat 2, Jax was just like this Mr. T looking dude with like the little bracelets and like buff arms and like, you know, Mr. America looking guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I lost what I was saying. Oh my God, what was this? No, I was just
you didn't like Jax.
Yeah, no, I was going to say it's no, but the director, I just went out of my head. Director, he was he just seems like he's a fan, and I think it's so good to see a fan doing this. I have high hopes for this, but we always do, don't we? But I have high hopes for this film. I don't know, we spoke about earlier. Did you hear the little sound of the original song at the end of the movie?
Yeah, hell yeah. You have to. Like, you catch on to it right there.
That was.
Look, I got to say this, though. I don't know. I might be watching too many trailers, man, because I'm starting to figure out these trailers before they even finish.
Yeah.
Like, with the Justice League trailer, I was like, watch, they're going to end it with Joker. And it happened. They ended it with Joker. Then I told you and Justin, watch. At the end of this trailer, they're going to have Scorpion say, get over here. And what happened? At the end of the trailer, Scorpion said, get over here.
It's fan service.
It's fan service. It's very predictable. Now, low-key, I didn't expect that. Finish him. And then they showed like all the quick fatalities or whatever. That was pretty cool. But
I need to rewatch the trailer. I only saw it once and a half. But I was impressed what I saw.
I saw it a couple of times.
You see, a lot of these characters as well, like I only know from the 90s version of it. All these new characters that seem to be in it or how they look now. I don't know, was it Ryan that was saying about how Sub-Zero's clothes look a bit different, should be a bit more yellow. Get over here. But
Sub-Zero.
Yeah, but I know you're saying that. So I'm happy with how all of them look. All of them.
You mean Scorpion? Sub-Zero's costume?
Yeah, sorry, it's a Scorpion. I'm happy about how all of them look. I'm pretty. Yeah, it's spot on as far as I'm concerned. Get over here, Kano wins. Get out of my house, son. But as I say, who's that? I don't know. Sub-Zero doesn't take off Jack's arms in the games, but in the world, it makes sense because Sub-Zero is straight up murdering people, so it makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, like they were saying, like they're basically saying like they retconned it a little bit, but because in the game, like I said, Air Max does it, and then when you watch the Mortal Kombat that animated the film that they were talking about earlier, the one that talks about Scorpion, in that one, Goro takes his arms off. So you know, like it depends on which in continuity or which one that you're watching, because in that one, freaking Goro rips his arms off, and then freaking I think Raiden like uses his electric powers to like seal the cuts, like the wounds or whatever, and then he teleports him somewhere and we don't see him again. Then when he pops back up, he has like cybernetic arms.
I really need to watch that trailer again.
No. That's not the trailer. That's that one is from the Mortal Kombat, that animated one that they mentioned.
So, do you recommend to watch those then?
Hell yeah, dude! The animated one, the one about the Scorpion and shit, that one was dope. It's bloody as hell. I like it. What is that? Oh, the original game or what?
Yeah.
What on what system?
Sega. Well, over here it's Mega Drive, but over where you are, it's Genesis.
Mega Drive. What the hell they call it?
Sega Mega Drive is a Sega Genesis. I don't know. As much as I know about, I actually don't know why they called it Mega Drive over here. It's the same thing. I mean, I have Sega Genesis. I don't know. It's Genesis. Sega Genesis Mega Drive. But anyway, I've got.
I'm just glad that this shit is bloody, and I think that the highlight of this new Mortal Kombat movie is going to be Scorpion and Sub-Zero's fight. That shit looks dope, and the fact
that's all that people are interested in.
I mean, because it's one of the most well-known stories in Mortal Kombat. Everybody knows that the Lin Kuei and the Shin Ryu have like beef, which is Shin Ryu is Scorpion's clan and the Lin Kuei is Sub-Zero's clan. So everybody knows that they have beef, but nobody, like, we've seen this story done countless times in the game, but we've never seen a film adaptation version of it. So a lot of people are going to be hyped to see that. That's low-key what I'm hyped about seeing too.
Well, like Ryan is saying, yeah, I think Sub-Zero's win because Scorpion is dressed up as the bad guy, so as normal. He's always the ultimate bad guy. Or is he?
Who?
Is he Scorpion? Is he a real bad guy or is there good in him?
Scorpion's like an anti-hero.
Yeah, so, that's what I mean. He's kind of
an anti-hero,
really, isn't he? But then so is Sub-Zero.
No, the first Sub-Zero was bad.
Really?
Okay, so look, all right. Okay, you know what? It's weird. Like, all right, unless you play the games, then you would know. So they build it up so that this first Sub-Zero is a jackass. Everybody's like, oh, this was an asshole. He's evil. He's bad. Whatever. But what
you say you mean from the first game?
Yeah, the one from the first game. They said that he's the one responsible for killing Sub-Zero's clan. I mean, Scorpion's clan and family and shit like that. Because that's why Scorpion has beef with this dude, because Sub-Zero killed his family, right? And then like his clan. Like they're rivaling clans, but Sub-Zero was responsible for doing that. But then it turns out that wasn't really Sub-Zero, that it was Quan Chi disguised as Sub-Zero. And he did that so he can start like a beef between the two clans. So Quan Chi ends up making Scorpion the Phantom Menace and shit, and then granting him the abilities in order to enact his revenge against Sub-Zero. So that's when Scorpion kills Sub-Zero, thinking that I have avenged my family, but that's not the case, because it turns out that Quan Chi was the one that did it. It's really like it's a mind fuck when you really get into the series.
They probably could make about 20 movies on this, but I actually think this film's going to do well no matter what. Even if it's a crap film, it's going to do well. Everyone's going to want to see this. This is what people have been looking for, and this is what we should be seeing a long time ago, to be honest. I actually don't think you could make a good Street Fighter movie. Well, you could, but not like you could with Mortal Kombat. I think
the blood makes Mortal Kombat appealing.
I don't know. It's just the supernatural part of it all as well, and you know the outworld and the in-world, and you know just
in-world.
I don't know, the outworld, the every-world, else-world, his world, her world,
your world.
As I say, I do think there's more potential with Mortal Kombat than Street Fighter. Just my opinion, but it's just I find with Street Fighter, I don't know, it's a little bit more. I mean, you could make it gritty, but I think there's more fun to be had with Mortal Kombat in general. You know, the story, the characters, more colourful. What would you say? Would you say was your favorite? Would you Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat back in the day?
Mortal Kombat, easily.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
Easily Mortal Kombat. Like Street Fighter was fun. Don't get me wrong, but like,
I do.
It had fatalities. It had blood.
Mate, there is a big Street Fighter following. Street Fighter 2. Do you remember how many Street Fighter 2s is there?
Fuck, I don't even know, but I know there's a
lot.
They
didn't even bother with 3. They just went Street Fighter Turbo. I think I've even got about 4 or 5 Street Fighters here. Street Fighter 2s, Turbo, Ultimate Street Fighter 2. It just went on, but I remember. You remember when you first did that first uppercut in the game? It flew up into the air. All that blood came out. I was hooked. That was it. Fuck.
You have a Street Fighter?
No, on Mortal Kombat.
First
playing it, and I just did my uppercut, duck down, uppercut when he came at you. Someone flies up into the air. All this blood comes out. Boom. The fatalities were great. My son is able to do some of them. Forget it.
Dude,
I just can't get there.
Nah, the fatalities were a pain in the ass, like to do. That was a pain in the ass to do. But them codes to get fucking characters were even worse. In Mortal Kombat 3, you had to hit such a freaking astronomical amount of freaking buttons in order to activate the code to get all the bosses, which was just to get that middle panel to move, and then that's how you get Cybernetic Smoke, Shao Kahn, and Motaro. That's the only way you could do it, and you had to hit this long-ass freaking code in order to get it. It was the ridiculous amount of sequencing, and I didn't even know that you could fight Noob Saibot in that game. I didn't even know that.
I was listening to something there a while back, where the makers of Street Fighter, the first two games, when they put the fatalities, they actually didn't expect anyone to find them ever.
You said Street Fighter. You mean Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat, sorry. They weren't apparently they were not expecting anyone to ever find it. It was just kind of like a little secret to them. Someone might find it accidentally by pressing so many buttons, but then it became a main thing after that. Just so everyone knows, when you're going to play Mortal Kombat on Sega Genesis, just remember this: up, down, left, A, right, down. If you want the blood on it, just letting you know. I still fucking remember that.
Hey, that's what's
up, down, left, A, right, down.
Juan has a good question. He says, "Who's winning, Ryu or Scorpion?"
Scorpion.
Scorpion, hands down. Like that's what I'm saying. He's probably gonna say Ryu because he's like a fucking. I know him. He's a super Ryu fanboy, but Scorpion's whooping that ass, bro. He has my man can't die. He's supernatural. He can freaking teleport. He can throw a spear. Like, how is Ryu gonna block that spear? He can't. So Scorpion's whooping that ass.
Yeah,
and Scorpion uses swords. Come on, man.
No, Scorpion. I'm afraid. All right. In a real world, who would win? Sub-Zero or Scorpion? Who do you think would win the fight?
Fuck, that's a good one. Shit. I feel like Scorpion has more techniques though. Like all of Sub-Zero's techniques rely on his ability, his cryomancer abilities. So like his ability to freeze shit. I mean, if he hits Scorpion with that freeze, then it's a wrap, you would think. But
he's got lots of different kind of ways of freezing. Blow it out, throw it out, slip it on the floor, all these kind of things.
Oh my god, did I remember that? I used to love freezing the floor and making a trip. That used to be hilarious. Yeah. And then you would hear
Yeah. They were evenly matched. All
right. He said he's making it more interesting. He said, what about Ryu versus Scorpion before Scorpion died when he was a human being? I'm still going Scorpion. Scorpion has weapons. Like Scorpion has weapons, dude. Like come on.
I think Sub-Zero would win if Scorpion didn't teleport. But no, still, I don't think the teleportation is even a factor when it comes to them two.
Because if you take away Scorpion's abilities that he gained when he was dead, then you have to take away Ryu's Hadouken. Because like you're kind of handicapping Scorpion now. All of his abilities were based on.
Yeah, I know, but you see, Ryu isn't dead.
Yeah, well, I mean, not even that. But Scorpion has all of his abilities because he's dead. So his fire breath, the teleporting. I think in some.
All right.
He can raise fire and things like
Ryu, if Ryu still had his Hadouken, yeah, would Scorpion still win?
Undead Scorpion or dead Scorpion?
Undead. No.
I think that's gonna be hard. Yeah, I think Ryu might get the upper hand in that situation because Scorpion's handicapped. All he has is his spear and his fighting ability, and Ryu has a freaking Kamehameha wave and shit.
Yeah. Wow. Did you see that thing I sent you last night about the Street Fighter 2 kind of movie that was made low budget on a string? Did you see any of it? That I sent you a clip. That was pretty.
Yeah. I didn't watch it, but I saw like
some of the clips and some of the fight moves were decent on it. And anyway, Scorpion has his swords. Yeah, but you're talking about swords against what is a Hadouken? Where do they conjure that up anyway? What is that?
I guess it's key. I don't know. Is it what is a Hadouken, Juan? Is it key that you gather from inside? What is it? When would you compare Ryu when he uses the Satsu no Handu? What the hell is that? Is that the spinning?
Yeah, you know what? He's fucking with us now.
That you would compare Ryu when he uses the I don't even know. I used to think he said something of the foot. I swear I used to think he said that. I used to say that shit all the time. Something of the foot. I don't remember what he I never
Just quickly, I know we're going off it. Who is your favorite character in Street Fighter?
Ken.
So is mine. Yeah.
I like Ken.
Well, not
Right.
that I play it much now, but
I like
Ken
that
was my
fiery
favorite.
uppercut. I used to fuck people up with that uppercut.
Evil Ryu son.
Evil Ryu.
I don't know. Evil Ryu son.
Oh, the Ryu with the black gi with the Akuma shit. I mean, that'll be pretty dope. Evil Ryu versus like Scorpion.
So I take he's a massive Street Fighter fan then.
Yeah, he is. It's basically ki or spirit energy. Okay, so yeah, he's saying the Hadouken is ki.
Well, again, like when it comes to Mortal Kombat, I think we should probably do another little live thing after the film comes out. When is it out, by the way? I forgot. When do they say it's out?
Next month? Wait, or is it April? No, April. Yeah, it's April because Kong and Godzilla comes out next month, so it's April.
We got a couple of good films coming up now in the next few months. Hopefully they're not pulled back. Oh, is it like HBO Max or something?
It is HBO Max. Yes, it is a part of that.
Yeah. Why don't we have HBO Max over here? That VPN thing didn't work, by the way. Why don't we have what? Like they're losing out. What are we gonna do? We're gonna have to wait for you guys to watch it, review it, and we'll have to sit back and just watch your review.
Exactly. See, you like watching my reviews anyway, so you'll be all right.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Stop it. It's better than that review you tried to have me watch yesterday with that guy. Calm.
Stop it. You made me feel bad.
Fucking douche, man. You're so fucking bad. You're horrible. I don't know how the fuck you found humor in that shit. Oh my god, that shit was so Zilla. I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
You went like this? Yeah. Oh
yeah.
I was like, there's another one, Justice League. I don't want to go over the top, but Justice League reaction trailer. His face is not in it. It's from his neck down.
All right, now I gotta watch this. Now I have to watch it. Thank you.
Yeah, he went super bad, and it was like, but the thing is, he's getting better. Yeah, but that when I first, because he subscribed to my channel, and it came up he had a channel. I checked his out, and I subscribed to him. It felt only fair.
You're nice.
And, I watched, and I was like, everything and stuff. He kept saying everything and stuff, and I was like, do you know what? Because when something's unscripted and you got a phone in front of yourself and you will say stuff like that, So you know what? My hat's off to him. He's doing what he wants to do. He probably don't give a shit what people think. Yeah.
Ow. No, Juan says he said, did you just call me fat? I guess he said he thinks that you called him fat. He said, who will win out of the Power Rangers and the Mortal Kombat Ninjas? Mortal Kombat Ninjas all day, bro. They do all kind of crazy shit.
I don't know. You know what? The Power Rangers, right? Not that but they can do some crazy shit when the script wants them to as well.
Nah, bro. But look, like you literally have a ninja for everything. Noob Saibot is like a freaking shadow dude that can make clones of himself and then basically make you fall into like, I don't know, pits of nothingness. And then also they kill people. But then you have freaking Rain who could control water, throw lightning bolts at you and shit like that. You have Scorpion who's Scorpion, Sub-Zero who's Sub-Zero. You have what's this dude name? Ermac, who's like has telekinetic abilities, and he can also throw little soul thingies at you. You have Reptile, spit acid, turn invisible, crazy stuff like that. Who else do we have? You also have that new orange ninja that they added. That fool, his name is Tremor, and he's basically able to like control rocks and shit. So I mean, dude, there's an abundance of freaking Mortal Kombat ninjas, dude, and they all do crazy shit. So I think the ninjas.
Were you ever into the Power Rangers? Did you ever like them?
Oh hell yeah, Power Rangers are tight, bro.
I didn't like them. No, I think I was at the age where I was going out and stuff like that before I got back into it. You know,
Power Rangers is tight.
The only thing I liked the pink and yellow, but that was it. Do you know?
Yeah, nah, dude.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, yeah, then I forgot they got Chameleon, bro. They got too many people. And then
I like Reptile though. He's a cool character when he's done right, and he was done right to an extent on the first film, apart from the CGI part. You know, again the invisibility on the first film when he was invisible, that looked good.
Reptile, yeah,
yeah. You couldn't see him. That CGI was brilliant.
Yeah, and then the ninjas get even deeper, dude. When you start taking in the female ones like Melina and Jade and all that, like, come on, man. And then they got Chameleon. Oh, bro, it's a wrap. I'm looking at the ninjas right now. And then cybernetic ninjas.
So you got a new orange. You say there's a new orange one, yeah?
Yeah, his name's Tremor. He can control like rocks and shit. He was taken from like a It's like some non-canon shit. Like I remember hearing about him a long time ago, but like he didn't really exist. And then they threw him in one of the Mortal Kombat games as like a DLC character. But he's a really interesting character though. He like I said, he control Earth. There's also another ninja that they don't really oh yeah, Smoke too. I forgot about Smoke. I didn't even mention Smoke. Oh man. He turns into smoke and go inside your lungs and then make you explode. It's a wrap. But anyway, they have what's that fool's name? There's a cybernetic. There's a ninja that never got made, but he's in the comic books. Whose name is Hydro. So he's like, I guess, like a blue ninja, but he throws water and shit. But yeah, it's pretty crazy, bro.
It's a big world. There is a big world that's created from it, really, and there is probably loads of films, even a TV series in the making. Possibly, you never know. That'd be good. There's loads of characters.
Legacy, bro. When you watch Mortal Kombat Legacy,
I'm going to watch it tonight.
The storylines might. Well, it's a series, so you're gonna have to like watch a couple episodes. But the storylines aren't like elaborate. But them fucking fights are dope, bro. Like, wait till you get to the cybernetic ninja fight. The cybernetic ninja fight is dope, like super dope. I loved it. Like that was.
I'm gonna finish off Inhalation tonight. I'm gonna go through all of it tonight because I fell asleep.
Did you say Inhalation?
Is it Inhalation? Inhalation? Annihilation. Listen, I'm English. We say things differently. It's the accent.
Nah, man. You take your trolley.
Trolley.
Take me somewhere else, man.
By trolley.
And then go into the loo. The loo.
We don't say loo. Posh people say loo. Loo.
The loo.
Loo. We don't say, well, not really. I suppose that's an old-fashioned, posh, very posh English thing to say. I'm going to the lavatory or the toilet or the loo. We say toilet, bog, shithole, something like that. You know, trolley. What's a trolley? You mean things you push?
Yeah, that instead of a cart. You guys call it a trolley?
You call it cart?
Yeah, it's a cart, dude.
We call it trolleys.
Or a shopping cart. Like you guys call it
a shopping trolley.
A shopping trolley. That sounds horrible.
So there's a cart. Cart sounds like a go-kart, something you get in and pushed around the place with an engine in it.
Negative, sir. That sounds. Now we're gonna have a debate about language. That should be fun.
What's it? Juggo. All right, this is I don't know. After the 90s,
okay. Have you ever? Okay, wait. Have you never played Killer Instinct?
You talking to me?
Yeah, Killer Instincts.
No.
Get out of here, bro. You can't call yourself a video game lover.
I haven't played it.
You've never played Killer Instinct. Well, anyway, I'll answer the question. Jago from Killer Instinct or Sub-Zero? Sub-Zero, bro, all day. Fuck Jago and his little whack ass.
Just quickly, did you remember a game called Sub-Zero, Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero?
Yeah, the one where it was called Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero. I remember that.
It was really bad. Really bad.
Dude, that game was fun, low key. Like when you had to go find the little medallion and shit.
Oh, it's a long time, but I remember like it was just so glitchy. and he looked good, but it's just if it's the same game I'm thinking about, it was just only Sub-Zero you could be.
Yeah, it was because it was called Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero. So like that was the whole idea. The whole idea was that it was supposed to be based on Sub-Zero. Come on, man.
I know. I'm getting old. I don't remember it all. I just remember after the 90s. Even last night, I had to remind myself I don't even know about half the films that come out. I don't know about all the animation and nothing. I didn't know. I don't know anything. I don't even know there was had its own comic book. I know quite a bit about the original game, a bit about the movie, but no, I don't know much about after the 90s. Who's this?
Yeah, they had they had a lot of really good stuff.
Sorry?
He says fucking biased ass fools, get out of here. I ain't biased, bro. You just like them, dude. You like Jago and Ryu. You're one of those Jago is basically a ripoff of Ryu, and you're on Ryu's nuts. So anything that's based off of Ryu, you're loving it. And you're biased. Shit.
Well, so is he looking forward to seeing Mortal Kombat? Is he just no? He's
okay. Yeah, Juan, are you looking forward to seeing Mortal Kombat? Go ahead and comment that since you're over here talking all this shit.
He's not commenting now. Suckers.
All right, sucker. Nah, but I am looking forward to this film, dude. It looks really good. A lot of people were saying that it has the ability to be an actual, to break the curse of making a really good film adaptation of a video game. What do you think?
It has the potential, but then so did Resident Evil, and it didn't. We've got a new The Last of Us now is being made as well, isn't it? The Last of Us.
The Last of Us? Nah, I never played that game. I heard it's good though.
Oh, it is really good. Yeah, the movies. I haven't played the second one, but the movies now are go. So it's a simple thing, but I'm sure they'll fuck it up. Like Resident Evil's a simple story. They fucked that up. Probably shouldn't swear as much. It's
you be alright.
Anyway, I think there's no more I can say tonight. Is there any questions about Mortal Kombat? Not Street Fighter. Or Street Fighter.
Yeah, any he said Juan says he's looking forward to Mortal Kombat. He said that on YouTube the stream is a little bit delayed, so I guess we'll wait a little bit longer. Do anybody have questions? Any questions going on? Juan, any final questions, or anybody on the Facebook stream? Anybody got any questions? We'll give it a minute in order to conjure up and see if we could figure it out.
No.
Well, I mean, you got to give it a minute. He just said the stream is delayed on YouTube.
Jesus Christ versus Scorpion. Fuck Jesus. All he does is turn water into wine.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, but he can make people who are blind see again and stuff.
I know. So he's gonna do this to Scorpion, and then he's gonna become a changed man.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you put Scorpion up on a cross for a while, see how he likes it. I don't know.
He's gonna change his tune, huh?
Do you know what I mean?
He's gonna be singing a different tune.
You know, and Jesus can rock a party with only bread and wine. Do you know what I mean? Can Scorpion?
I know. What can Scorpion do? All he can do is start the barbecue grill.
Do you know what I mean? And nobody likes him. Jesus had Jesus had one friend that didn't like him, but the rest of them liked him. You know what I mean?
I know. So, Scorpion has a whole clan that hates him.
No thanks for the shout out, hood shit man dudes.
No, he's saying good shit. He just typo. I'm assuming that was good shit. That was a typo.
Anyway, look, it's nice to talk to everyone. Anyone who hasn't checked out my man here, Davey from the 80s Cinema Chop Shop channel, as I said earlier, I don't know what you're waiting for. You should be already on it and a subscriber. Yeah. And if you've not jumped on mine, Movie Mash, mine is just, well, actually better. I keep saying.
It would be better if you drop content more often.
No.
You have to be consistent, sir. Either you drop content or you're going to have the next video. If you don't make a video in the next week, you're going to have to make a video doing this. If you don't drop, you need to drop at least one video. One video. In
I
this
will
week,
drop
bro. You need to make a video. Tight. That's what you're gonna have to do. Calm. Bro, you said he did a video like this. Oh my god.
Yeah. But it's further away where you could see him sitting down. You can see his legs, and
you see his legs. What the?
Well,
fuck?
partly he's sitting down. You can see his torso, and next minute, Superman. Yeah, you know.
Oh man.
Like, I feel bad because you know what, he's got more subscribers than me, so what can I fucking say? Like, you know,
that's because you need to get on your shit. That's it. That's all. Once you get on your shit, you'll be good.
You know what? Right? I know we're joking around and all, but you know, the guy's doing what he likes. He's doing what he wants, and he's doing all right. And he probably don't give a shit. Like, he reviewed Ghostbusters the other day, and he said he explained what the film was happening on it, and then he said, right, and have you seen the end of it? Right, bye. He just goes, all right, bye. Ghostbusters is about 3 guys or 4 guys, and they shoot ghosts. It was really good. All right, bye. That's it. Do you know?
Oh, that's so classic, dude.
But you know what? He's got nearly 200 subscribers, so good for him.
Oh my god, that's classic, dude. There's this other guy. I joined this YouTube group a while back in order to promote the channel and shit, like when I first started, but I rarely post in there because that shit doesn't do anything. It's just a bunch of people saying sub for sub, or it's just like snobby fucking people.
Oh, you're the one who told me about that, remember?
Yeah. So like it's that, or it's like snobby ass people that are like you put a video up and then they like talk shit about your video because they have like, I don't know, they're monetized, they have like a couple 100,000 views and shit. So there was this guy who, like, to visually, and you can hear it vocally, you can hear that he's like not all there, right? You can hear it, you can see it, all of that, right? And he made this review, and he's just like, "Oh, how to get your video watched or something like that, or how to get your video popular or something like that." Dude, so many people were jumping on that video like, what do you know? You don't know shit. You only got 50 subscribers. You only got 2 views on your video. You don't know anything. Maybe if you maybe give advice when you actually get views. And I'm like, dude, like, calm down. Like, it's just a fucking video. Like, chill. Like, you guys are going in on this guy. Like, at least he's trying. Why don't you? I was like, why don't you just provide? Like, okay, this was the killer one. This girl got on there and she's like ragging on him. Oh, how are you going to give advice when you ain't even got no subscribers? Whatever, right? And I'm like, why don't you give him constructive criticism instead of like ragging on him? Because he's on here trying to act like he's hot shit and this and this. And I'm like, dude, you can physically see that he's not all there. I'm like, I don't even know why you're like going in like that. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. He shouldn't act all uppity. And I was like, tight, how many subscribers you got? And she was just like, why does it matter? I'm like, nah, share your link. Let me check out your channel. Let's see how many subscribers you got. Well, I don't have a lot. All right, then. Well, you can't say nothing. According to you, if you don't have a lot of subscribers, you can't say shit. So shut the fuck up.
See, it's all this cancel culture as well, really. It's like, I don't like what you're saying. I want you down. I want you gone. Remember we were talking when we first started talking, I was doing this. There's these groups on Facebook saying sub for sub. I was like, hold on, this is a great idea. You know, like, you know, everyone's subbing for subbing. Like, you know, I'll get to 1,000 subscribers in a couple of days. You know,
yeah, but they don't watch it. They'll watch your first video and then never watch your shit.
No, but YouTube don't notice as well, like the algorithm, and it's more to do with they can tell who you're subbed with and they're subbed with because it's just too many. Do you know what I mean? They can tell. And if you subscribe to mine and you've got a lot going, I feel obligated to subscribe to yours too. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's not so much a sub for sub. It just feels like I'll subscribe to yours too, you know? But yeah, there's a lot of...
No, see, but the sub for sub thing, like you said, they'll start to... YouTube will automatically delete it. Once they see like a certain number, they'll start deleting it. But on top of that, like... because at first I didn't know what the fuck sub for sub was. So I did it. And then like you would have people like harassing your comment section talking about, you didn't like my video, or you didn't subscribe, or did you subscribe yet? And you're just like, what the fuck? Leave me the fuck alone. Like if I want to subscribe, I'll subscribe. I want to like, I'll like. You know, and then those it's safe to say that like within a week or 2 weeks, those sub for sub people, like they don't exist no more. They get off your channel. You know, even if you did exactly what they wanted, they'll get off your channel, and then your numbers drop, and you're just like, what the hell? So that whole that sub for sub thing is completely pointless, bro.
And then there's another one where watching, if you make a load of YouTube channels yourself, different email addresses, and you watch it under a VPN. You heard about that one?
Yeah, but I feel like that's too much work.
It is in the end. It is, isn't it? It's like you know what? Fuck it. I'll just try and do it organically, you know. And yeah, it's just the only way to do it is put more content out, I suppose. You know. There's people still watching? Hello, people. It's really nice. People are still watching. They don't know what we're on about, you know.
They're like, what the hell are y'all talking? I thought I came in from Mortal Kombat. Y'all over here giving YouTube advice.
Hold on. I'll give you something good before we go. Yeah, something a little special for you MK fans out there. And any second now. 10
hours later.
Any second now.
Good Lord.
Maybe I won't do it. Maybe this is just getting people to get us more watch time. Oh, by the way, did you end up getting what was it? Did you end up getting that video onto? Do you remember I was trying to get you to you were trying to get the video onto your channel at one point?
Oh, you talking about our video?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I downloaded it onto my computer and it's still sitting here because like I completely forgot. I think that's when like all these trailers and things are coming out, and I got swamped and I completely forgot about it. But I downloaded it officially, so I am able to put it on YouTube whenever I want to. But here's the crazy part. This is something completely different. Dude, yesterday I was trying to be nice, and I have subscribers. Sometimes they recommend like trailers for me to react to. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try to like be courteous and like, you know, see what they, you know, check out what they want me to look out. I did 3 trailer reactions yesterday. 2 of them are fucking blocked. 2 of them are blocked. And then one of them I'm able to do. So out of the 3, I can only use one of them. The other 2 I can't use.
Really?
Yeah, it's stupid. And I'm gonna explain to you why I did those trailers. But when we get off, when we go offline.
Oh, I just want to say is, do you know what I got yesterday or the other day? A comment. It was a kind of a link. It was to a porn site.
Oh yeah. You get those, bro. You get bots and shit trying to like get you to.
So can you get fake YouTube subscribers, bots?
Yeah, and then YouTube automatically deletes them. But
all right, so it won't affect your channel eventually, will it?
No.
We should put this on a how to do a YouTube video channel rather than Mortal Kombat. But this is the little part.
You do a YouTube video. You make a channel, and then you come up with a name.
See that? Love this scene. This did better than the film.
Wow.
Anyway, I'm going to sign out. Anyway, thanks for everyone for watching. As I said, join his channel, join my channel. Maybe on again next week if you really want us to. And but for now and until next time, see you later.
Adios. Watch you struggle going offline. Let's see. Look at this. Look at this. Watch him struggle. The struggle. He wants to stay here. Look at the struggle. Look at the struggle. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Can't even push the button. Look at that. Oh, you still didn't do it. I thought you did it. No, still